Period of the Civil War. Charles I. Charles I, born on November 19, 1600, in Fife, Scotland, was the second son of James VI of Scotland and Anne of Denmark. Following the death of Queen Elizabeth I in 1603, his father, James, ascended the thrones of England and Ireland, making Charles the heir to the throne. Charles's beloved older brother Henry passed away in 1612, leaving him as the eventual heir to the throne. In 1625, after his father's death, Charles became the King of England, Scotland, and Ireland. Shortly after assuming the throne, he married Henrietta Maria of France, and the couple had a happy marriage, producing 5 surviving children. The early years of Charles's reign were marked by his unpopular friendship with George Villiers, the Duke of Buckingham, who wielded significant influence against the wishes of other nobles. Buckingham's assassination in 1628 did little to alleviate tensions. The period was also characterized by ongoing financial disputes with Parliament, exacerbated by the costs of foreign wars. Charles's preference for high Anglican worship and his wife's Catholic faith aroused suspicion among his subjects, especially the Puritans. Between 1625 and 1629, Charles dissolved Parliament 3 times, leading to increasing unpopularity. In 1629, he dismissed Parliament altogether and decided to rule without it. This decision forced him to seek revenue through non-parliamentary means, further diminishing his popularity. Additionally, there was a crackdown on both Puritans and Catholics, prompting many to emigrate to the American colonies. The Civil Wars. The English Civil War erupted due to Charles I's attempts to impose a new prayer book, leading to unrest in Scotland and the need for financial support to quell the Scottish opposition. In November 1641, tensions escalated further due to disputes over command in Ireland. Charles's decision to attempt the arrest of 5 Parliament members and his raising of the royal standard in Nottingham in August 1642 marked the beginning of the Civil War. Subsequently, the Second Civil War ensued, and the Royalists suffered defeats in 1645 to 1646, primarily due to Parliament's alignment with the Scots and the formation of the new model army. In 1646, Charles surrendered to the Scots, who later handed him over to the Parliament. Charles managed to escape to the Isle of Wight in 1647, where he encouraged discontented Scots to invade. This Second Civil War concluded within a year with another royalist defeat under Parliamentarian General Oliver Cromwell's leadership. Convinced that lasting peace was impossible as long as the king lived, a group of radical MPs, including Cromwell, subjected Charles to trial for treason. He was subsequently found guilty and executed on January 30, 1649, outside the banqueting house in Whitehall, London. Eikon Basilikē. The Eikon Basilikē, or Portrait of the King, serves as Charles I's autobiographical account of his experiences during the Civil War. In the penultimate chapter, he addresses his eldest son, bidding farewell with the hope of a reunion either on earth or in heaven. The Commonwealth government initially tried to suppress the book, but it became a bestseller, portraying Charles I as a just, peace-loving, and pious monarch, elevating him to the status of a martyr. The first year of printing alone saw 35 editions of the Eikon Basilikē, often published in a compact format for discreet reading. Written in a simple, moving, and straightforward style resembling a diary, the book combines prayers for forgiveness towards Charles's executioners with a defense of royalism and the king's political and military endeavors that contributed to the Civil War. Authorship of the book remains a subject of debate. After the Restoration, John Gordon, Bishop of Worcester, claimed authorship. Scholars continue to dispute this claim, considering the possibility that Gordon had access to Charles's papers. Jeremy Taylor is also credited with contributing to its revision and providing the book's title. An earlier draft bore the name Suspiria Regalia, meaning royal size. Certain editions of the Eikon Basilikē included a sworn statement by William Levitt, a long-time courtier and groom of the bedchamber to the king. Levitt claimed to have witnessed Charles writing the text during his imprisonment on the Isle of Wight. Levitt, who was present at the king's execution and assisted in transporting his body for burial at Windsor Castle, added credibility to Charles's authorship. Regardless of its authorship, the Eikon Basilikē reflects the work of an influential prose stylist, deeply influenced by the solemn yet simple eloquence of Anglican piety found in Cranmer's Book of Common Prayer. The book portrays Charles as a steadfast monarch who, while acknowledging his flaws, asserts the truth of his religious convictions and the purity of his political motives, entrusting himself to God in the face of adversity. It highlights Charles's chief weakness as his compliance with Parliament's demand for the execution of the Earl of Strafford, a mistake that ultimately cost him his throne and life. The book's portrayal of Charles as a martyr draws parallels to Jesus.